Shalom, Calvary greetings in Jesus' wonderful name. Welcome to Successes in the Land, the Lord's Prayer Answered series. Today, our scripture points us to governance. A lot of people think it's a dirty game. Politics is a dirty game, but they do not know that God and governance cannot be separated. When scripture says He is King of Kings and Lord of Lords, that's a political title. Our God is a king, a lawgiver, and a judge. You find that in Isaiah 33 and 22. And in that role, He cares and He saves. When the Bible talks about Him caring, it's talking about the services He provides for the citizens of His kingdom. And when the Bible talks about Him saving, it talks about the protection He gives to His people internally and from external aggression. Our God is a king, executive arm of government. Our God is a judge, the judiciary. Our God is a lawgiver, the legislative arm of government. Our God is a political God. He has a system of governance. And so when Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6 and verse 10, I read, "Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." As it is in heaven, God will like His sons to replicate here on earth. You know, anything that is permanent takes the shape of heaven, takes its cue from heaven. Anything that doesn't take its cue from heaven will not last. So our governance structures must take their cue from heaven. Oh yes, God is the ultimate, and man has resisted monarchy. But then, to the extent that we can operate, we should operate. And there is nothing that says that democracy is the end of all governance systems. We might still be able, by the help of our God, to come up with things that can work better than democracy. I do know that the late Myles Munroe, in some of his work, did ask for a blend between democracy and some other form of government, but he was not able to bring that to a conclusion before he passed on. Now, who are the people who can effectively do this? It's not everyone who has been to a school of government, or everyone who is a politician, or everyone who has been to who studied political science. The people that will be able to effectively translate how God does His things for us, the sons of men, to use, are people who are called to the mountain of governance. To these ones, insights will be given and authority will be given. Remember, the Antichrist, Satan, and the kingdom of Satan are all a kingdom as well. Kingdom of Satan. He has translated us from the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of light. So Satan too is a kingdom. They have a system that they operate. So if there is any system of governance among the people that will be able to checkmate satanic structures and satanic systems and satanic agenda, it must take its cue from the governance structure of heaven. Are you called to politics? Are you called to governance? It's time to get up, synergize with others, and let's get the job done. There are 4 areas of governance or politics that you should think about. It's not just the elective politics where people campaign to be voted for. There are also appointive politicians, people who don't necessarily campaign to be elected, but they are there to be appointed into the governance structures. And there are those who serve as think tank strategists. That's where we need the church. We need the church a lot so in the corridor of power. A lot of people think until you are president. Oh no, there's so much more to governance. And lastly, there are the activists. They draw attention to issues and provide solutions. And there could still be more that can be done in governance. In the second segment, we'll be talking more about how they should operate. But for today, we want to stir up your pure minds that thy kingdom come. That prayer that has been prayed through the ages has been answered. And it's answered by those who are called to governance. Those who are called to politics to arise and answer that prayer. Let them get going. Time is of the essence. Till I see you again, do stay safe and saved, and remember, Jesus is Lord. Shalom.